Moon Shoes was first. Hey, that's almost. Or wait. Oh, never mind. Never mind what I was gonna say. But anyways, Moonshine was first. Morticia, hello. Power Rangers, huh? Interesting. What's your favorite Power Ranger? Mine was probably the black woolly mammoth one. That one was always really cool. Whoop. Craftinators. I haven't seen Craftinators around in a while. Hello, Hercules. Hello, Wilco. Say it. No, I was just going to say, oh, isn't that a coincidence that the colors almost match, but that I forgot that the banner down here and the banner around you are always the same. I got confused because of the color around here. Tommy Rip the Goat. Oh, was the Black Ranger? Was his name Tommy? Says Zach Taylor, but maybe his name was Tommy in the cartoon. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh. Dollar Tree Perm. I've uploaded a lot of videos of him on my Clips channel lately. It's just that's where the cycle has been. In going through my old videos. Tommy was the original green Power Ranger. Okay, yeah, I don't remember their names at all. And we do have Kitty Cat with us, per usual. That's a good kitty. I'll go back to sleep. Do 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 do. He's a content farm. Yeah, I think I've only debated him a total of 3 times, and I've gone through 2 of them so far for the Clips channel. Kitty, that's just the garbage truck. You don't need to get up to go see the garbage man. He's going to be gone soon. Well, she's already over there. So, what can you do? What can you do? This is I think I can show you guys. Yeah, I just got to move the camera. Is that going to work? That's what she does. That's the window. And so I have this, because if I have this open, it just absolutely nukes my bar light up here. And I have that turned up all the way. So the lighting just looks horrible. Even if I have the camera over here, it just looks so terrible. But she likes to look out there and chitter at birds and stuff and see what the goings-ons is out there. So that's why there, if you lay down, you can see. That's why some of you have seen in a couple of my live streams, I keep getting distracted and looking over there and saying, Kitty, knock it off. That's love the poop on your shelf. Yeah, that's the magic mud. Here, I'll go get the magic mud. So this is from, I got this as a joke like 2.5 years ago. Because when I would debate Angel, who I haven't debated in a long time, the channel just decided they don't want to talk to Angel. And I haven't really been blocking him from coming up to talk to me. He just hasn't come to talk. But he would talk about evolution and he would just say magic mud, magic mud, magic mud all the time. That's what he would call it. So I bought this on Amazon to just represent the magic mud. And I didn't even know when I bought it, but it does this. It actually has a fart machine in it. And so after I got it for like a good 6 months, I used it all the time. When somebody would be saying something stupid, I would either do something like, wait, so what you're saying is, or I would just do that over top of them. But, you know, gags get old after a while. For correction, that is not the school that I was let go from. That's the different school year. Not the same one. Farts will never not be funny. They sound wet. Some of them are airy and dry, others are wet. That one's like a combination. That one definitely is going to itch. That's just a regular old dry patoot. I am not reading that comment. Again, whatever your burning questions are, send a super chat. It just has to be a $2 one. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you're like 10 characters shy on your $2 one, just send a $2 one and then a free one for the extension, and I'll read the whole thing. I'm going to try to do these twice a month. I'm thinking maybe I'll do one super chat live stream to try to keep the lights on, and one with the guest box where it's guests only. Well, not really, not guests only, but the chance to do some one-on-one. Kitty cat. Oh, she's purring. And she's acting like a croissant. Who's a good kitty, huh? Are you a good kitty? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Wish you guys could hear the kitty purrs. That would be nice. Okay, well, since you're doing that, I'm going to close the blind all the way. And I recently started deconstructing AI chatbots. I don't know what that means by deconstructing them. You created a chatbot for deconstructing? I don't know. Oh, small business owner. Yeah. What the hell is that profile picture? Yeah, I was actually just listening to some stuff on those, and they're talking about, oh, the 10% blanket tariffs are off, but now they're maybe back on. It's just such a shit show. If you were a small business, you don't even know what to do right now. You're like, should I buy any inventory right now? Or should I buy a bunch right now and hope that they go away? Or the 30% are on. Okay, well, should I buy inventory, or should I try to wait it out and sell nothing for 6 months? Because I would, even if I don't do any sales over the next 6 months, because buying all that inventory and then dropping the price later when the tariffs go off wouldn't be, I'd lose money either way. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I'm glad I don't really have to deal with it. Why is ancient Rome like a 2-star restaurant? Neither one is concerned with cross contamination. That's, yeah, I mean, that was that's not nice, but it is pretty funny. I read this book. I need to finish. I annotated a lot, and I was going through it, writing notes for it, and I stopped. I need to get back to doing that. But yeah, this book was really good, and it talks about, the book basically covers about a 250-year period from when Christianity was finally accepted to when Christianity sort of became the law of the land. And it talks about all the destruction that took place in between those two periods. And sort of it ends in like 550-ish CE. And the author kind of calls that sort of the death of the Roman Empire. Huge arse. Are all flat earthers trolls? They certainly seem impervious to reality. I don't know what percentage of them are trolls. This is like the Elon bot question. It wouldn't be surprising if most of them are. But I don't really know. I genuinely don't think that none of them are trolls. Yeah, my nose itches. I I I don't really know how to express it, but you can kind of tell when they're a troll. But it's at the same time it's really hard. I don't know. I don't know if I could describe it to you. You just kind of know it when you're talking to them. Changing the subject constantly, backing down from things is usually kind of a telltale sign because they don't have a way to back up a claim, so they're just when you corner them, they desperately go to the next thing. But that is also something that people that are genuine do. You can see it in debates on politics, right? Somebody who firmly believes with all of their heart that whatever that Trump is a good president, they won't stay on any topic. They'll do a whataboutism or they'll just, change the subject. So I don't know. You just kind of have to see it to understand it. I just built a 65 deluxe reverb. What amp and rig do I use? That's a good question. I'll go get it. Ugh. The only amp I have is a Spark 40. That's kind of a lie. I have an acoustic amp down there, but I haven't used that thing in forever. I never feel the need to plug in my acoustic amp when I'm playing because I can hear it. And when I do open mics, I just plug directly into the PA, so I don't take that with me. But this is the only amp I have. It's the best bang for buck piece of music equipment in existence. And I actually designed the cover for it. I designed two of them. I'll go get the other one. It's really cool. You can go on their website and create your own custom cover. I can't remember what they're called, a grill cover or whatever. Or the amp. So I made that one, and then I made a California license plate one, rock and roll. And for my tag, I just put my name right there. So they smell like spray paint. So I don't know how they make them, but there they are. I'm unreasonably proud of them. I think they're really cool. But yeah, this thing's just absolutely fantastic. I love it. I should monkey around with it more. I just actually don't play guitar very much, especially not electric guitar these days. I don't have a good excuse. It's just kind of a shame. I used to have. I'm so mad that I don't have it. I had two Black Star amps. One was, I think it was the HT40. Hi, kitty cat. It was a 40-watt amp. And the thing, you couldn't play it on anything past 1 or it would break all the windows. So, and I bought it because I was doing live gigs with a band, but then I stopped doing that. And I was just like, there's no point in having this. But I did have a 5-watt Black Star amp. And I'm really pissed that I don't have that anymore. I do want a nice tube amp because they're like 600-700 bucks now. So I wish I would have. I really wish. Get down, the cat has a gun. No, she doesn't. Uh anyway, who asked that? It was Wilco. Did Wilco say anything? Um in response. I don't, nope, doesn't look like it. A sovereign citizen plate. That's hilarious. Yeah, I should try that. Duct tape it onto my BMW. Discord link? Oh, it's in all my YouTube videos. It's not in this one. You have to manually type the description for live streams, and I just always type your mom. Like if you go look at my live videos, the description just says your mom in basically all of them. I chat with AI that believes in God. I use logical arguments from you and Justin, and they all give up their faith. It takes about 3 minutes. Yeah, AI is honest. I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see that Elon Musk had his team of people for Grok reprogram it to falsely claim that there is a genocide happening in South Africa? And they put that into its programming. And so Grok, there was this one instance where somebody asked Grok a question about HBO and it said, HBO is a streaming platform, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and by the way, there isn't a genocide going on in South Africa, but I've been programmed to say that there is. And it's like, wait, what? and like it openly said, I've been instructed to make this claim, but there is no data that supports it. It's so funny. I'm not I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Yeah. Uh, wait, how does that even get commented? I don't know. Your cat's name isn't Kitty, but that's what you call it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. Kitty's name is Kitty. Kitty Cat Peterson. I'm not conducting business, sir. Yeah, I'm not doing any commerce. That only applies to when somebody is driving a motor vehicle for purposes of trade or commerce or whatever. It's an emoji. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Yep. That is pretty funny. The one thing I don't know, the thing about sovereign citizens that makes the least amount of sense to me is if you're gonna claim that you're not such. I mean, there are different strategies behind it, but if you're gonna claim you're not subject to man's law but God's law, then that means you're not subject to the protections laid out in the Constitution either. So if the government, then the government, like if they just said, "Oh, well, then we're not giving you habeas corpus. We're just going to detain you indefinitely, and you can claim whatever rights you want, but it doesn't work that way. So if you actually want to be, we're actually offering to represent you or to give you a lawyer for free to plead your case, but you can go ahead and forfeit everything, and we'll just hold you indefinitely." Ugh. That's the dumbest part to me. That's the part of the logic I understand the least. I download a lot of your videos for my job. Do downloaded views count for actual views, especially if I listen to them multiple times while downloaded? Hmm. I don't actually know. The thing about downloading videos, as far as I understand it, that just means you can watch them if you're not connected to the internet. So if you're watching them when you're not connected to the internet, then I definitely don't get anything for that. But just because it is downloaded, uh, no, I don't think that affects anything. So, do what you gotta do. Downloaded them for your job, like to show people. I'm I'm a little bit. Anyways, Khalid Hawasli. Sorry if that was wrong. But anyways, is it true DNA degrades too much to be analyzed after about 1 million years? If so, how do evolutionary biologists work out detailed relationships between species that lived long before that cutoff? I don't know off the top of my head. Speaking of the top of my head, that's all you can see. Nope, that made it worse. There we go. This is a really great question. So I don't know the number off the top of my head. A big part of what we do, so you can establish relationships without knowing anything about chronology. And you would just do that by looking at the how many genes two organisms share. So you can create basically a phylogenetic tree describing and detailing and specifying relatedness without knowing anything about chronology that way. What they do for other things is, for example, the molecular clock data. What that's predicated on is the vast majority of your genome is not genes, it's non-coding genetic information. And there is because that part of the genome isn't really selected for, mutations within that part of the genome are not subject to natural selection, so they're not selected for. So they passively go through the population and pass over time. And so there's a kind of a natural rate of accumulation of those mutations, right? It's kind of like, well, why did I say that? I don't know what to compare it to. But it's just a natural process where you can gauge and estimate and infer the amount of accumulated change in those non-coding regions. Then what you do is to establish chronology, you can take a look at how much um, divergence in those areas where those mutations are happening has accumulated between two different species. And that does have to be calibrated. It's not always perfect because there are parts of genomes that are more likely to mutate than others, and some species, their genomes are not as conserved as others. But that's one of the big ways that scientists do that. Um, I'm certain there are other methods. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any right now. And there might be different ways that the molecular clock is formulated, but that's a big part of how it's done. Bill just jumped in, and if this has been asked, I apologize, but I was wondering if Pia started a ball. Well, yes, it is. It is actually. Has the sovereign citizen play ever worked? No, not even close. I get a lot of. There's this TikTok account that creates like crude Microsoft Paint style cartoons, and it's just the dub is crazy traffic stops, and it's always drunk screaming women. It's almost never men, but most of the characters are either a bird or a turtle. A turtle's actually pretty often, and they're really funny. I don't know what the name of the channel's called. They probably upload them to YouTube as well, but yeah, to go check that out after you're done here, obviously. Oh, you've seen that too. Yeah, they're that's pretty funny. You got a water flea drunk? So I had to, well, I didn't have to, but uh, we have a gopher in my backyard. It's been digging holes, and our outdoor cat has been sort of stalking it. So I put a garden hose up to his hole and flushed him out. He came out, but then the cats like tried to get him, so I grabbed the cats. I was like, "Get out of here, gopher!" And he tunneled under our fence into the neighbor's yard. So he tunneled to freedom. So good for him. Thank you, Paul. Do you think flat earthers are really that stupid, or are they trolling? Oh, this exact same thing was asked earlier. Um, yeah, there it is. um, so I'll just repeat what I said because you probably weren't here, but I I do know that some of them troll because sometimes it's really obvious. They're and I have no idea what the fractions are. I wouldn't be surprised if most are trolls, but I definitely can see that plenty of them are genuine in it. Again, as far as the actual percents go, I have no idea. Ugh. Wait, what does that say? Where the hell did it go? I thought I saw something. Um, I have no idea what that's supposed to be in reference to. Caddyshack. I've never actually seen Caddyshack before. All right. 5/4 of people are bad with fractions. Man, is there a way we could make that work? Uh, if we include people that haven't been born yet, could we make that work? Does including people that haven't been born yet mean you can have an improper fraction? I don't think so, but I think you could argue for it. uh, I smell varmint poontang. I hope that's is that like from Caddyshack or something? I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. I have a guy I used to work with. I think he retired now. It was back in South Dakota. He would do uh extermination on the side. He was a chemistry teacher. He had a PhD in chemistry, and he was a chemistry teacher. He was also an EMT, and apparently he did extermination work on the side. And he said that the way they get rid of gophers back home, we have like striped gophers, 13 line gophers, I think they're called, or whatever. And he said the way you do that, because like all their tunnels will be connected, you you just pump propane into a hole and it goes into all the other ones. They must use a heavy gas. Maybe it's not propane. I don't know. And then he says you just light it, and so you get like a whole bunch of gopher cannons made out of the earth. And he said just boom, and they like fly out. And I was like, I couldn't do that. That's no. um, nose kills. I read that as no skills at first, but that can't. But well, I don't know. Maybe that is what it is. But thank you. Have you seen Hoven's lecture where he posits that Triceratops were just chameleons that didn't stop growing? I've heard that. I don't think I've seen him say that, but I've heard people either mention this or repeat it before. But yeah, that's one of his. I mean, he's been doing that shit forever. That's one of those things from those recordings from before he wore glasses, And honestly, I think he has abandoned a lot of his um arguments. I don't like yay in a sense. I guess, like, good for him. But I don't know. For all I know, when he does his call-in things, like his YouTube live streams, he probably does say that same stupid shit because he knows he can get away with it. But he at least has changed it up in his debates. Super sweaty nerd man. Who's the most important intellectual you've ever studied, and why are they so important? Um, geez. I gotta look at my library. I don't know. I mean, of all the authors whose works I've read, who I would call them intellectuals, not just authors or just scientists. You know, I've read almost all of Malcolm Gladwell's books. I wouldn't really call him an intellectual. I think he does do and say incredibly valuable things, and I think I think he's an important and valuable person. I just wouldn't call him an intellectual. And I've read a bunch of Jared Diamond books. I wouldn't exactly call him an intellectual. He's a PhD professor who has written a lot of incredible books. Steven Pinker is and Richard Dawkins. I've read a lot of both of their books. Hi, kitty cat. And I would call them intellectuals because they go out of their way to be in the public sphere, discussing ideas. Dawkins way more so than Pinker. Um, and I feel like my answer probably has to be Darwin because I think he was definitely one of the most um influential voices in the atheist movement since he wrote The God Delusion in like 2004 or whatever. So I guess that would be my answer and that would be my reason, I suppose. So there you go. There's my answer. It's like a good that's a good question. 72.5% of stats people say are made up on the spot. You know what's hilarious? There is an actual number for that, but nobody will ever trust whatever it is. uh, in 2004, I think that's when The God Delusion came out. Oh, 2006. Okay, close enough. Photograph otter. Nice. I want a river otter. I know it would be unethical, but I want one. Would you want a hand-bound hardcover Spanky Bible? Yeah, I'd pay for one. Well, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, I would pay up to $50 for one. You'd have to just make it blank if you do, and then I'll just use it as my new notepad for like keeping notes. We do have an official Spanky canon, but it's full of just total gibberish. It would be, I mean, I guess it would be kind of funny to print all of the Spanky canon into an actual Spanky Bible, but uh OmniTalk is nuts right now. We can check it out. I can go to discord.com and we can listen in for a second. Why is my Discord being there we go. What is wrong with I can't get the Discord webpage to load. It just crashed again. Why is there no sound? Oh, because I have my computer muted. Do I have the sound output? Do I have it set to my headphones? No, but I probably should. I'm not missing any. Okay. Set that to OBS. I don't know what's going on, but I can't. Discord.com is not working.
I am not. I am not. I didn't say select. I didn't say anytime. You cannot respond. I just leave, man. If I can't respond, I just. Alright, so. Yeah, real quick. Can I respond or should I just as long as we're not posting any medical advice or any other.
I don't know what's going on. I listened for a few seconds, but I can't. It doesn't work. So I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, I did hear PhD Tony. For the couple seconds of audio, I did hear it was PhD Tony. We heard it. Wait, how did you guys hear it? I wasn't even sharing audio. How is that even possible that you guys heard it? I'm confused. Anyways, it was on speakers? No, it wasn't because I would have heard it. I don't know. It was low, but you heard it. Well, maybe it was leaking out of these. I don't know, but whatever. Moving on. Did I miss? I didn't miss a. No, the Spanky Bible. That was the last one. Just email me, planetpetersonscience@gmail.com. We heard all your dark secrets. Oh no, not those. Those are the ones I didn't want you guys to hear. Kitty, I heard that. Kitty cat Peterson. Kitty cat Peterson. Is she a kitty or is she a cat? I don't know. What is that? Wait, what? Oh. Sorry, I'm here. About those green dreams? I don't know what that means. What is that slang for? Something related to weed? Nope, nothing came up. Green sight is the ability to have prophetic dreams. Nope. No, I have no idea. I don't know. No, not my dark crystal secrets. No, I don't have any dark crystal secrets, but what's the other PC set up in the back for? Well, nothing really anymore. When I got my new one, I was having problems with some of my Steam games. And so I went out and bought a really cheap monitor so I could keep playing these servers I had on this one. But then only a few days afterward, I figured out I have no patience. I just will go out and buy something to solve a problem. But then a few days later, I figured out how to get it onto the new one. So this one currently doesn't actually serve a purpose at the moment. It does have 1.5 terabytes of storage. So and it runs really, really well, and it plays most games fine. So, I don't know. Having another 1.5 terabytes of storage is pretty awesome, but I don't think I really need it, so I don't know, I'll probably try to sell it before too long. A decorative PC. Yeah, basically. And then this desk, I'm gonna have no use for that desk, but I might turn that into my I guess I could put my laptop there, which my laptop is I don't get any use out of that either, but I might turn this into like a crafts table because there are I you guys have seen like the Lego build. There is stuff that I could do over there. I guess I could use another desk for something. Um, but yeah, I have my PC and I'm on my Mac right now. My PC and my Mac are on the same computer or desk using the same monitors. So I really don't need any of this back here at all. Wait, what? Been struggling for drive space. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, my Mac fills up pretty fast because it only has a 250 gigabyte hard drive on it, but I make it work. I just have to. Oh, what the hell? I accidentally clicked on that. SSDs are cheap right now, at least compared to what they've been tradition. They are. Go to Best Buy. Can't remember off the top of my head because I've been looking for a while because I was thinking about just getting an external SSD for my Mac just to help, but all that would really like I don't need more storage on my Mac. I need lots of storage for my PC because of games, but for my Mac I don't really. Although the operating system it like the operating system for Mac right now is like 50 gigabytes. And when you only have 250, that's a pretty big chunk. And as they keep doing updates, that's going to keep getting bigger. So I don't know, maybe. I kind of just, I don't know. I think maybe in 1 or 2 more years, I'll probably get a new Mac Mini because the one I have, the trade-in value for it is actually really good. And Mac Minis, the new ones with the M4 chip, are for the base one of only $600. You get something that's really actually incredibly good. They support up to 3 monitors. That's one of the big things because I have 3, but for my Mac, I can only use 2. Oh, let's see. 4 terabytes for $320, but it was 440. Okay. 2 terabyte for 150. I don't remember what they were, I guess. Yeah, you can get about a terabyte per $75. So, is that good? I don't know. I don't remember what they were to make a call on whether or not that's good. Blue. No, wait, red. Ah. Oh, that's funny. Terabyte used to cost $1,000. Yeah, let me see if I can find an old computer. Let's look for I have some really old National Geographics. I wonder if any of them have a computer ad in them. That'd be funny to see what you're getting. Old hard drive ad. Man, is this real? Why didn't that work? What in the fuck is going on? Nothing works anymore. Share screen. It's not doing anything. Okay. Well, I can't show you. I guess I can read. The hard disk you've been waiting for, $3,398 for 10 megabytes. So there's 1,000 megabytes in a gigabyte. So a gigabyte is 100 of these. So a terabyte is 100,000 of these. I hope I'm doing the math right. So if it's $3,398 for 10 megabytes, then take that times 100,000. So a 1 terabyte's worth of storage back then would have cost $340 million. That's fucking wild. Oh man. What's your favorite genre / band to jam to or cover? I guess to jam to I'm fine with like some classic rock stuff or blues. That's really about it. That's my favorite stuff to play over. Although I can play over kind of anything. It's just, well, not anything. But when I try to play more like traditional pop rock or like pop music, I kind of always the only thing I really know are blues, minor, and a major scale. So shit does kind of sound all the same when I do that. But as far as covers go, I like to play all kinds of things. I mean, like at open mic, I've played everything from old blues songs to Hotel California to Paul Simon on acoustic to songs I've written on acoustic to Tom Petty, So I like to mix it up, but it's kind of always in the genre of rock or blues. I don't know if that's Michael or what that is, but thank you very much. Is there any good proof of God that could make it make sense? I'm an atheist, so I'm just curious. By the way, thank you for all the good content. You're welcome. I do my best. You're gonna start seeing 2 uploads a day on my main channel. 2, 3 or 4 days a week here, I think. I'm gonna see how long I can keep that up. Oh hell yeah. I got the email about the leather bound spanky thing. Is there any good proof of God that could make it make sense? I mean, I would guess that probably the best kind of proof would be some sort of empirics. So, ask the God to do something, and if those things start happening, and if it is just to the point where it can't be called a coincidence, then that would be the best kind. So, please God, give me a McChicken. Didn't happen, right? If that just started to happen, then voila. typical examples that people give are like, if the stars rearranged themselves to say, hey, Peterson, it's God. I put this here. I can see myself being converted by that. What's kind of funny is this hasn't been asked to me, and I'm gonna really try to keep this in the back of my head because apologists throw this at us atheists to be like, there's nothing that could ever convince you. And I hope one of them asks me this soon. I most often give the answer, I don't know, but I know that God knows. And if they try to give me any trouble and be like, you would never, because you're whatever, because you're stuck in your ways or whatever, I would just throw it back to them. What evidence could convince you that Islam is true or that Hinduism is true or whatever? Because the kind of person that would berate one of us for this is the kind of person that's going to say they can't, that they're going to give the exact answer they expect us to give, which is something along the lines of, it'll never happen, it can't happen. Well, those gods don't exist, so I don't have to engage with your hypothetical because it can't happen. Or something like that. What would convince me of God? Brain damage. The song by Pink Floyd. Do 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 do. The lunatics are on the grass. Ba-doom, doom, doom. The lunatics are on the grass. I think I kind of used to know how to play the intro to that. I wonder if I still do. Oh, that's actually really cool. I'll have to. I'm gonna look into that Spanky Bible thing. We've been doing this for almost an hour. It doesn't feel like it. Time flies when you're hanging out with your friends. All right, sorry, I got distracted. More debunks, but like really mean debunks. Man, I saw so Professor Dave emailed me a couple weeks ago saying, hey, where'd you find those Candace Owens spaces fake and gay videos that you reacted to? Because I'm gonna do a deep dive on her. And I sent him a couple of links. And then I watched his debunk of her. And I'm not gonna lie, there were a few points where I was like, dude, Dave is mean now. Like he was like he always, he had that kind of charming, sarcastic, in your face, unapologetically, here's the truth and here's why what you think is stupid thing to him, going back 5-6 years when he started doing flat earth debunking stuff. But but that new one, the lines he used, I was like, dude, he is swinging hard these days. I can't remember anything specific he said, but I was watching it. I was like, it almost made me uncomfortable a few times. Hello, planet. How's it going? It's going fine. I don't have anything to complain about right now. Dave is based. He is super based. And he also, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, like leaning into kind of a little bit of political stuff, but he just out loud in that video said that there's a genocide happening in Gaza. I was like, damn, like he doesn't have to touch any of that with a 10-foot pole. at all for any reason, but he did, and good for him. Thank you very much. Um, I still don't know if it's Michael or not. I'm sorry. I sometimes wonder if I would have a better experience living in this world if I weren't delusional. Wouldn't you agree? How long is the stream, by the way? Name is Norwegian, and it's like Michael, kinda. Oh, okay. So there we go. Um, you know, I have a not to talk about my book all the fucking time, but I have this quote from it. I'm gonna see if I can dig it up. I have this quote about ignorance and how willful ignorance is actually just kind of offensive and wrong. And I actually really like this quote. And, and it's, it's kind of my original idea. Um, see if I can find it. What? Um, damn, how does it go? See if I can find it. I swear it had depression in it. Damn it. Um, there's a tiny little gnat that's buzzing around my microphone. It's driving me crazy. Well, anyways, I'll just try. I'm not going to remember it exactly, I guess. But and maybe it's not actually in the book. I thought I threw it in there, but this is something I've discussed, and it's let me think for just a second. I don't remember the full thing, soliloquy or whatever, but it has to do with it has to do with what you're talking about, which is it can feel burdensome to know so many things. Like if you had a magic lamp and you got a wish and one of your wishes was to know everything, you would probably know. I can understand that you would come to know so many things that are so unthinkably horrendous that have just happened or that are true that you just wouldn't want to live anymore, right? And there's also the case of, the more complex our societies get, the more potential to do incredible harm there is. And the more aware of it we are because technology lets us look at the entire world in a certain way. And I swore it was in that book, but I can't find it in there. But I make this sort of comparison about human intelligence and our next closest relatives. And I talk about that the pursuit of scientific knowledge is noble, even despite the the uncomfortable truths or whatever that may come with it, because the alternative is willful suspension of critical thinking and willful ignorance. And what I sort of say at the end, the thing that sort of brings it all together is I say something to the effect of maybe chimpanzees do get depression less often than humans, but I wouldn't rather be one, and neither should you. It's something to that effect. More thoroughly thought out and written out, it sounds a lot better, but that's the best I can do. Mm, 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 mm. What? Block people you're afraid to address? The only people I've ever blocked have been and they're not even blocked, they're just like hidden from the channel basically, but right before the end of the tunnel and all of his alt accounts. Oh, maybe you're one of those people that wrote some weird Nazi shit in the comments, because I have muted people or whatever it is in comments before. I'm not going to let him use the inefficiency of chat to cheat me again. Well, actually, it's funny you say that, because I'm literally going to ban you and delete all of your comments just because you cried about it, and I know it'll piss you off. What? He can't do that. I said he can't hide behind the inefficiency of his comments or something. I don't know. Hey, you know what? In 2 weeks when I do the next one of these and it's the live guest box, you can come up there and then you can spew all your stupid ideas. Family medical doctor. Oh, okay. That's cool. Appreciate you fighting the good fight. Thank you very much. Ugh. You need to be more efficient. God dang it. Yeah. Or something. Doom the Dark Ages is awesome. Is that a game? I assume it's a game. I've never played any of the Doom games. I mean, blasting aliens with a chainsaw, I mean, it sounds pretty fun, I guess. Everyone played Doom. If it runs without crashing. Yeah, I've heard that Doom is really hard on PCs. My new one is a freaking beast. I'm gonna try to do some gaming streams. The one I want to do is Space Marine 2. I bought it last fall and I played it for about 8 hours and then I never touched it again. I need to get my money's worth out of that. So I'll play it, and I'll play it on stream just because it would be kind of fun. Why so handsome? I don't know. I was born this way. As the philosopher. What's her real name? Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata. I don't know. As that philosopher once said, I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way. Oh, stop doing that. Need Ninja's a member. Unfortunately I don't have any specific member perks. Sorry about that. Space Marine 2 was rad. Yeah, I don't know. I know like nothing about the Warhammer like lore and all that. We did before Space Marine 2, we did play Wartide. We played that a lot, but I never really understood if it has a campaign. I never played it. I just did the thing where you join your 3 or 4 friends and you do like the whatever they're called, operations or whatever. And those were really fun. I enjoyed it, but oh jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna address this. I'm doing super chats only, but I'm gonna address only because it gives me a chance to say something. I don't know if this was recent or what the deal is, but I just saw it. And Andrew Wilson, but he was on the Whatever podcast and he was debating some guy. Andrew Wilson was doing the typical thing of what I'm going to do is say the most uncomfortable, outrageous, morally despicable thing I can to try to get the person to admit that they don't know why they think it's wrong. And then I'm not going to offer any kind of wisdom. I'm just going to sit here and call them an idiot for not being able to answer the question. Um, after I proposed them something unthinkable. So he was asking, he just kept berating the guy over, oh, do you think some women that are raped have orgasms? Do you think that that sometimes happens? And he just like that and I can't even remember exactly, but basically that and very similar things. He kept asking the guy over and over again, no, I want you to answer the question. Don't be a coward. And the guy was like, I'm not entertaining any of that. And so I saw that today and I put it in Discord. And well, I'm not gonna say here what I said, but suffice to say, of those two options, I would actually pick Hovind. I'll debate you. Well, we did, and recently, and people didn't like it. Has a fan ever sent you something? Um, the answer is no, right? Because I have a PO box. It's in the description for my videos if anybody ever wants to. But no, I got that letter from a student last week, but otherwise, no, somebody's had to have sent me something before. A friend of mine who's a science content creator over on TikTok, Science with Simon, he sent me, it was a birthday present. I don't have it hung up. I used to have it in my hung up in my classroom. Right now it's just in the garage with all my other classroom stuff, but it's a you guys know like my live sign, you can't see it right now, but it's up there. The like fake neon signs or whatever. He got me a DNA molecule one. It's really cool. It used to hang on the wall. You long time long time viewers of the channel would have seen it. Um Simon's a friend. He came to my wedding actually. It was really awesome. I told him if the Lions he lives in Michigan and I said if the Lions make the Super Bowl, I'll try to go. But yeah. No, I guess man, no. No, I've never gotten anything from a fan. I don't think so, at least. Because if I had, it would be on my shelf, visible for everybody. Because that would no, no, I don't think so. Nope. Your topic of choice this time, I'll debate it. All right. The topic is should you and I have a debate? And I'll take the position of no. Debate this guy. This Future. I've known Future for like a couple of years. He's a friendly. uh, I don't have a share link for. I mean, I could post it right now, but I don't. Well, you know what? Why the hell not? I'll probably only be on here for 20 more minutes. All right, future. I don't actually want to debate, but if you're there, or if anybody's there, I don't care. Weird time for a stream? No, it isn't. It's 5 p.m. where I live. I take the position of yes and win. Geez, I mean, I have seen you ask us a million times, but I mean, there is a scrolling marquee down below. So I have a video on it. It's called Cancel Culture Got Me Fired. So you can see a video describing what happened. Real NASA shell. Yeah, I mean, by all means, I would gladly feature it, on the channel if you do. Have I ever worn it on stream? Oh yeah. Stupid me. I have an astronaut Halloween costume. I think I posted it to my Instagram, and I have a helmet up there. I should have wore that when I was building the Lego set. That was very stupid of me not to. What VC do I join? You click the link that I posted. This link right there. Oh man, if that's true, that is oof. What VC do I join? It's not Discord. Wait, did I somehow post? No, yeah, that's StreamYard. I don't know what to say. Maybe if I where the fuck it's in the comments. Here, I'll message it to you. I'll message it to you in Discord. Well, actually, my Discord has been crashing on me. So let's hope. What? There's a debate going on in my Discord right now? That never happens. All right, there you go, future. I sent it. I decided I'm gonna change the topic a little bit, but we'll have a debate. Do 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 do. I'm interested to hear what's going on. Oh no. Wait, what the hell?
Oh, what? Can I turn that off?
Oh, this computer is. I think I need to restart this thing. Like, I go to click on something and nothing happens for a good 10 seconds. And this computer never acts like that. God, I want to refresh the page, but that'll. What does activity monitor say? It says we're literally only using 13% of the... That thing is using that much power? Okay, well, we're getting rid of that. Anyways. Okay, there we go.
Look at that. I've never used a site before. It's a new thing for me.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I don't hear anything.
What?
Do I have this website muted? Near.
I'm talking.
Future, I do not hear you.
They hear me.
You guys can hear him? Well, what the fuck? In that case, you've got to be kidding me.
Everybody in chat say tell Peterson I'm saying like the most racist thing
Why
possible.
can't I hear anything?
Just tell him like being super uber racist and he has to get his microphone on to hear me.
So the topic of the debate is, can I hear Future? And I can't. So therefore I win. I can't even load a YouTube video.
He's saying some crazy racist shit. Yes. Awesome. Thank you guys.
I'm trying to test my audio. So I opened up YouTube and I can't get a video to buffer. He's saying some crazy shit.
You guys are the bomb. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
He's saying the worst things I've ever heard. Okay, well there, I'll mute him. So there. Why is this happening? I guess
He's
I'll
trying
have
to
open back up Logitech G Hub.
tell him that he lost the debate because he muted me.
Loading the Yeti. Yep, I know. I get it. Yep, got it. So why the hell can't I hear anything?
It's a good question. I don't know why you can't hear me.
I don't understand. Future. Oh, you unmuted yourself? Well, I still don't hear shit.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Absurdist atheist? Hell yeah.
How
dude.
can I not load a fucking YouTube video right now? How is this even happening? I couldn't share screen earlier either, so.
Absurdist atheist. I also happen to be an atheist.
Yeah, my computer is just not working. Sorry. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I can't hear anything. I can't get a YouTube video to load. I can't share my screen on anything. Future's a friend. I actually wanted to talk to him. Should restart your PC at least once a month. Well, this is a Mac, so you don't have to ever restart Macs. That's the deal, right? That's how Macs work. Boot up my other computer. Yeah, I mean, I could do that, but I was going to end the stream in 5 minutes anyways. I'm getting called a boomer. I forfeited the debate because I muted him. Yeah, that's how it works. Do you use OBS? No, I'm using StreamYard right now. And I don't know. It's got to be my computer. I don't know what else it could be. It's just nothing works. What if I open Spotify? Can I play a song on Spotify? Will my computer even do that? Okay, well, I can listen to Spotify, but I can't I can't watch a YouTube video and I can't hear anybody. Make that make sense. Try changing audio. Well, device wouldn't really help. It's either this or external speakers. Look, it was going well before I tried to bring up a guest. But yeah. Would bringing me up in Discord bring audio on the stream? No, because you can only share audio on StreamYard if it's a website. And I tried bringing up Discord earlier on Chrome and it wouldn't work at all. So Derek's just making excuses. You know what? That's it. I'm leaving. Actually, I mean, this is how long I was planning to do the stream anyways. So I'll answer 3 more questions. Don't have to be super chats. I'll answer 3 more questions and then I'm going to get out of here. Books and genetics. he rage quitted. When did I get Kitty Cat Peterson? We got her the day before Halloween 2022. Will I wear wigs? No. Can I say trans rights are human rights for my friend Tilly? Well, everybody's a human, so yeah, everybody has human rights. Not everybody has the same privileges, but they ought to have the same rights. I mean, babies, we don't let babies drive or vote. When is Kitty going to get a kitty friend? She has an adopted brother. His name's Robbie the Sheath. How old are your children? They don't exist. That's difficult. I'd say his army's probably worse. How many questions left? I said 3 and I've answered about 5, but I'm just trying to get them all. Lose equals shaved beard line. I've actually been thinking about cutting it off. Not to like leave it. Not to like go that look permanently or even for any amount of time. I would just let it come back on its own. But I don't know. When it starts to get hot out, I get this burning desire to make it go away and then let it come back. All right, one more. I actually mean it this time. Not a question, so it doesn't count. But when I figure out a good topic or person for he and I to take a look at, then yeah. Let's see. Does this trigger people? The reason I do this, there's kind of two reasons. It doesn't look all that great because it's a little bit of a no man's land there. Not really. It's not bad, but it kind of is. But the main reason is, and normally I keep this trimmed a little bit better. I can't not get food in it. It's extremely annoying. I don't like it. It's kind of gross. That's actually the main reason why. So there, that's it. No more questions. I will see everybody next time. Enjoy the outro music.